Okay, I want to talk about bump functions here, which look like this. You might have seen them in a previous course, like algebra. Basically, you just take e to the negative x squared, you pop a coefficient on there, and it can go up or down like this. It's used in probability and statistics. It's used in all of mathematics, a lot of physics, chemistry, biology, and the like. So this is a bump function. And then here is one that is flatter. So if I change a, it just goes up or down. Notice this is the function here. And then if I change c, it goes further out like this. All right, these are used a lot. Notice that I let x be between negative c and c. Otherwise, you get all sorts of extras in there that you don't want. Okay, so I've got this bump function and I want to color it. So the bump function I'm looking at is this one right here. And I've let it max out at 5, just for ease. And what I want to do is I want to color it. So I've done according to this color here, which is my HSV. And notice the Z values go according to this little formula 38Z plus 225, which, remember, you can get using just a linear function. I want it to start at 225 and end at 415. I'll show you where I got those from. Actually, it's kind of interesting. What you can do is you can go back here and look at your color wheel. And if you notice, 225 is where it starts with this blue here, this blue right here. And then if I go all the way to the yellow, that's about like around 55 degrees or so. Okay, so what I do is I say, okay, well, I want it to start at 225, the color blue, and end when it's up at 5, I want it to end at 415, which is 360 plus 55. And so I do my linear, my line equation with these 2 points, and I get 38z plus 225. So what this tells me is what the color is as I go up a z value, a z amount. So back to the function itself, what I can do also is I can put a sign here and I can make it go down and above like this. And what I've done, I've made this 13 so that it kind of goes according to what I need. You can make this whatever you want. But by putting the sign there, like a sine curve, notice it looks like a sine curve on either side, it can go down or up. So notice that it starts down at blue, it ends at yellow. So now what I needed was, I needed the same color wheel, but I needed to go from like -5 to 5. And so I came over here, and it went from -5 to 5, from 225 to 415 like before, and now I have a new formula, okay? So if you look, that's the formula I used here, and that's the color, the HSV color I used there. And then you can look at this other flatter bump function here and do the same sort of business here. Notice I changed this to c squared minus x squared plus y squared. And you can change it going up and down and all the rest. So I invite you to play around with this. It's actually very interesting stuff, and it's used quite a bit in mathematics.